When you hear the word discipline, you probably imagine dragging yourself through workouts you hate, forcing yourself to wake up at 4 a.m. or grinding through tasks while secretly wishing you were doing anything else. And the truth is, sometimes it is uncomfortable, but most of the time it feels deeply satisfying, and not in the same way as junk food scrolling or impulse buy. It's not thrilling nor euphoric, just solid, grounding, clear, and quietly satisfying. Why is that? Very big portion of human suffering is caused by internal conflict. For example, you want something right now at the moment, like playing video games, and something in the future, like acing the school. A part of you wants to sleep in, and another part wants to become stronger. Part of you wants comfort, other wants growth. Before you start your discipline, your mind is in constant negotiation. I'll start tomorrow. Just one more episode. I know I should, but... This voice in your head gets exhausting more and more as you live, and discipline quiets this voice and therefore simplifies your life. Because you stop debating about doing something and start doing it, it creates relief. People often describe disciplined periods of their life as calmer, even though they are objectively working harder. This is because chaos in your mind is way more exhausting than actual effort. When you stop being exhausted, you build self-trust, which is one of the best feelings in the world. There's just something about being sure you can do it because you are able to. The quiet trust in yourself, that feeling when you say you are gonna do something and being sure you will do it, and this feeling changes your relationship with yourself completely. Every time you do something which you promised to do, creates evidence which proves that you can tolerate discomfort, you can stay consistent, and you can rely on yourself. And this is something your brain notices. That's why a person with discipline doesn't have to have more talent or motivation. Often they just have more self-trust, and with it they don't need to waste energy wondering if they wanna do something. They just do it. By knowing beforehand that they will do it, that certainty feels powerful. And this powerful feeling creates dopamine, which is a hormone associated with pleasure, motivation, pursuit, and progress. Because of this, your brain likes moving toward meaningful goals. That's why when you finish work that requires a lot of effort, you get a dopamine hit, and this feels a lot differently than binge watching videos for 6 hours a day. Your nervous system can tell the difference between consuming and building something, or between distractions and progress. Discipline creates progress which can be felt. It makes even the smallest wins matter, even if it is making your bed, going for a run, and either studying when you didn't want to, or sticking to a plan you set. These actions create momentum, and momentum gets rewarded. At first, discipline looks impossible or restrictive. That's because of schedules, rules, and repetition. But eventually, discipline creates the freedom we all want to have, yet never experience. For example, financial discipline creates options, physical discipline creates energy, etc. The person without discipline often ends up never building anything he wanted to. Meanwhile, a disciplined person has more of a choice because they are not affected as much by immediate moment. Yes, it sounds ironic, but it is true. This is why a disciplined person are often calmer under pressure, since they learned not to obey every emotion instantly. That's what creates powerful men. Similar logic can be used with anxiety. A lot of it comes from avoidance, and it doesn't matter if you avoid schoolwork or physical work. When you hadn't done something, you keep remembering it, which again drains your daily stamina. But if you practice discipline and just do it, you won't have to remember it anymore. Because of that, you reduce uncertainty and create certainty, which is calming for our nervous system. This is why people feel so good after doing certain tasks, like cleaning your room. In the other words, the task itself isn't pleasurable, but the removal of its mental weight is. And something what's gonna help you is motivation. But you have to keep in mind that it will help you only to start, since it's emotional. Meanwhile, discipline is permanent. You have to realize this in order to progress in your life. This is the time when disciplined actions, which you force yourself to do, become a part of your being and stops feeling like a punishment. A runner doesn't negotiate every run, he just runs. Not perfectly, but he still does it, because it's better to do something than sit in a corner and keep saying that it doesn't matter, because he cannot do it fully. This way it becomes natural. When a human being aligns their actions with their mindset, they start to feel better, they'll feel less guilt, fragmentation, and pretending. At this point, you become more integrated. And all this is really nice, but I honestly think that today we have it harder than ever before, because modern life offers endless instant gratification. That could be, for example, short-form content, fast food, or any other kind of fast dopamine. But you have to keep in mind that this isn't inherently evil. It's just in dangerous quantity, which destroys discipline. That is sad, because discipline gives you a lot of good feelings, which deepen over time. This creates pride, meaning, and self-respect, which is definitely a better feeling than temporary pleasure. Yet there's another important distinction: healthy discipline versus compulsive control. Even with all the positive things I just told you, there can be some unhealthy discipline, like perfectionism, self-punishment, inability to rest, or tying your worth to productivity. And this isn't freedom anymore. This is fear wearing a costume of discipline. Real discipline includes recovery, compassion, and adaptability. The goal isn't becoming a machine without feelings, but becoming someone who can direct their life intentionally. At the end, I think that discipline feels good because humans aren't built only for comfort, but for meaning, growth, mastery, and contribution. It is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. From the start, discipline feels like effort which you have to force yourself to start, but eventually it starts feeling like a part of you. Not because hard things become easy, but because you stop fighting yourself while doing them. If you like this video, please consider liking or even subscribing, and if you didn't, please tell me in the comments what should I improve so I can elevate my videos. Bye guys.